1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. All right, sick. Hey, everybody. Welcome to another episode of UpUrXP podcast. Today, Suave is back.
Yo.
Suave, how you doing?
Pretty good.
And along with Suave, we also have Liani.
Who?
That one dude. That means, you know what that means?
Oh, no.
3/5 of the primer pals are here.
Yo.
Cursed.
We're primed and
Cursed.
ready.
Cursed.
Y'all weren't ready for that.
Cursed.
I thought about that for the hour.
That was a
before
great
this.
epised, guys. I'm gonna call it.
Yeah, same.
I'll see you later.
Feature special. All right, let's go. Pack it up.
Yeah. Next week. Next
Yeah,
week it's just gonna be Gactyl and Crazy.
Yeah, if you can even contact Crazy for.
It's gonna be Gactyl, Crazy, and Kenny next week.
Oh, it's true. Actually, we're only half. I forgot because we had to swap people out. That's okay. I remember.
Who are our subs? You have subs?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
I
don't
don't-
even remember, man.
I do remember.
Oh, we need
It
C-host
was
and
At first
C-host
it was
and,
yeah, I remember now. It was Blaze, and then Blaze ADC, me solo, Kenny support.
no, I was
Swap mid.
support. I
You
was
were
support.
but then no, you were support
Originally.
when Crazy was mid, but then we
Mhm.
removed Crazy and you move on to mid,
Mhm.
and then it was Gactyl jungle. That was
Yes.
how it was.
Yeah, but who were our subs?
Our subs were
C-host.
Cyborg and Cyborg.
Yeah, Cyborg. Okay, I could
Cyborg
not
and
remember.
C-host. Cyborg,
I could
which
not
is-
remember Cyborg's name for the life of me. I was like, I know it starts with the C, and I was just blanking out.
Carl.
Story of my life.
It's
Yeah.
got to be Carl.
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 Cletus.
What?
It's gotta be Cletus.
Okay.
Oh no! All right, how are y'all's games this week? Suave, how are the games?
Before like 5 p.m. good, after 5 p.m. bad for ranked.
Is that every day or just today?
Yes, every day. Bats
Okay.
and I win before 5 p.m. and we lose after 5 p.m. But that doesn't stop us from queuing after 5 p.m.
Nope.
Soul, super OP in mid. I've been having a lot of fun going Death Toll, Hecate, Stonefell, Karen's Coin, Telkine's Typhons. You don't die, you can 1v5. You are super tanky.
I'm
Kind
about
of
to try
OP.
that.
Yeah, you have like 2.5k health, and then you have the Stonefell mitigations, and you heal like at least 100 per auto.
Oh,
and then
you're
you have your
doing
1-2.
Stone of Fall build?
Kinda.
Disgusting.
Kinda. Well, no, man, I gotta carry these gold games. What can I
Oh
say?
yeah, true.
It's so easy to 1v5 with that
True,
build
true.
in particular. Yeah. Casuals overall taking dubs. Can't
Dude,
really think of anything in particular.
Casual's been good. We had a whole Geb last night that didn't shield the whole entire game unless it was himself.
Oh yeah, I
True.
remember that one.
That was pretty sick.
Iconic.
I also got Jungle Patrolled.
Yeah.
True.
Yeah.
That was fun.
Liani got ratioed.
I also got Mega Ratio, but then I ratioed back on my Bolt set this week.
True.
That's true. Oh, the silence, yes. Liani,
Yes.
how are your games this week? I was waiting for it to see if Swab was going to toss it over, but it was like kind of, sort of, but not really happening.
Back to you,
I
Blaze,
mean-
on the desk.
Yeah, you're good. You're good.
So, they were like decent, I'll say. I think I played like a few ranked games, that I haven't played ranked in like, I'll say 4 months, if not 6 months since mid-season. I'll say that's when I stopped playing ranked, and I played right recently like 4 games. Very weird in terms of like coming back to playing ranked. I do like the ban system. Kind of feels weird at the moment, considering that everyone just keeps banning the same characters.
Yeah.
And on top of
So-
that, people forget that they ban, and then you end up with like 4
Yep.
bans overall.
Or people
And then
just
they're all
forget
the
that there's
same.
no longer any bank time, so you just play, and then it's like, oh wait, there's no bank time. You have to speedrun, which is I like it. Something I like because it just makes it easier, faster to get through the lobby. So you start
Man.
playing, so it's way better. been playing, got all my warriors to diamond recently this week, so
Nice.
Yes,
also
sir.
so now I do not have the curse of saying don't play Horus, because guess what? I can play Horus in solo.
Feels good,
Let's go.
man.
Because that's literally how I got Horus to diamond. I will only spam Horus in solo lane. No support, no sir. What is Horus support? Only
Horus, I
solo.
hardly know her.
Dude, last time I played Horus in Conquest, it was jungle.
It's
I
true.
Maybe it
remember
was
that.
carry. Maybe it was carry.
I think it
I
was
don't remember.
carry.
Yeah. Horus solo slaps.
Yeah, Horus is very fun. There was a build I used to do go on him last season, which was when Glacial was meta at the time. I think it was Glacial, Stone of Gaia, Pritwin, Genji's Cat Shield. I think if I remember correctly, that was the build. Also with Warrior's Blessing, right? But then you sell it for like, I think I sold it for Cat Shield and then went like a mantle. Like there was some cooldown item. I'll go there.
Yeah.
And like, but I do remember going against some actual good players in casuals, and basically I'll always get the same comments in terms of feedback of how the Horus solo felt, because it's just basically another second support in a sense, where you're also being, because Horus tends to be very all around the place. Since you're going full cooldown, also you have some protections, and also Glad Shield, so essentially you have some power. You can essentially just be like, I'm doing damage, I'm frontlining, I'm also diving, but also let me just ult on my teammates and we all get the bubble, instead of ulting into the enemy.
Yeah.
Yeah. I kind of miss Horus being more in the meta. I think he's an interesting pick.
He's so unfun to play against in duo lane.
He really is, but I mean, like,
In any other role,
playing him
he's
in
fine.
playing him though feels really good.
Yeah.
Agreed.
Same with Set.
Yeah, Set. You
I
don't even have to tell me about
miss-
dude. Like the Set Gold Fury steals this week were
Oh,
too bad I couldn't steal Fire Giant. Too bad
Nope.
I couldn't do
Hey,
that.
I
though.
got a sick fire steal. I forget who I was playing. I think Nuwa. I think I was playing Nuwa mid, and I stole it with my 3, and then I went up into ult, and I got like a double kill.
Nice.
Yeah, that's sick.
Something. Won the game. Feels good, man.
Liani, what's your thoughts on Nice solo, man?
Very
So
good
bad.
character. Very top tier, I will say. Considering
So
that right
bad.
now, yeah, it's actually very bad. You're right, Swab. Like if
So bad. You would never win.
Yeah, you don't win. You always lose. Your teammates always complain about it, and you're like, why do I pick Neef?
This
Let
is
me
true.
let me die. I would just end. This is really a worst pick in ever to be seen again.
It's
My favorite part about the Vulpes set last night was when you didn't have top damage and Suave goes, yo, check the player damage charts real quick, and you ulted across the map just to take top damage back.
that is why you ulted there, right?
No, it's because I just like, hey, should I ult on her? And they're like, no, and I just ulted.
I thought it was.
Okay,
for,
so he wanted
damage.
top player damage. Yeah, we got it.
Yeah,
Okay, that's
yeah,
why.
yeah, 100%, dude. That's literally why would you do Neef ult. No, you want to assert
No,
dominance.
that's
as
Nuwa
well.
ult.
You
That's
want
Yeah.
to
Nuwa
assert
ult.
dominance. Like, you want to strike fear into the enemy's heart by saying, I can ult.
You're never
bitch.
safe. You're
I
never
can ult.
safe.
You're never safe. I will
And
ult on
to-
cooldown, and I will make your life miserable by just
And
playing
to
Neef
all the
solo.
viewers at home, Liani extremely dominant.
Yeah, if you want to go back and watch the Vulpes set from last night, it's on Twitch, but it'll be a YouTube video on my channel soon enough because
Very
we
scary.
casted it. And game 1, that Nike did not have a good time.
No,
In fact, the whole enemy team didn't have a good time, but like that Nike especially didn't have a good time.
That Nike also then swap over to be Kukulkan in game 2, which I was surprised because the moment I saw the Kukulkan, I'm like, hold on, am I actually gonna play against a Kukulkan solo against as a Neef? It's gonna be even funner.
Dude, that would have been
gamer.
so gamer, but
Yeah,
unfortunately he went mid. That was such a weird role swap
Yeah, I don't know.
because their mid was arguably the best player game 1.
Yeah,
You want them
so.
on a carry
I don't
roll.
remember. Like, I honestly do not recall what they did or how they played. All I remember is that the Nike would go into the minion wave, and I will just be like, I can just like grapple you, right? Or I can out damage you. It's just like, no, dies.
Yeah, you grappled her at under tier 1 at like 3 minutes after you'd already got first blood on her and killed her again. I was
Yep.
like, this is a bad time.
That
But that's
w-
also why you don't build fighter's mask right now. to start
No,
the game.
I think you can, but you also don't, considering that. Actually, no, no. Now here's why. Obviously, you're right. The reason why is because back then you'll build it for the power.
Right.
Warriors X didn't have the power. Now Warriors X does have the power.
And
Yeah,
Fighter's
it's
Mask has
pointless.
less power, and Warriors X also has sustain and prots and
Yeah,
health steal. Like, come on.
like you
Yeah,
also
I don't know.
it also scales off every time you level up. So
Yeah,
The
it's
the other
dynamic.
problem the other problem I had, and this happened in both games, was their support
when
built.
Axe
No, that wasn't my problem.
He
My
went
problem was that
accent
they
to
built
breastplate rush.
breastplate.
Yeah, yeah.
They built breastplate both games as a support, and that just seems absolutely selfish.
Like, it's okay, but you don't want to rush it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I just feel weird that that's like the first bot item for their support.
Yeah,
Um,
like I cannot really tell you how good they are. We're actually talking about on the team. We were talking when we saw the Naruto guy.
Hmm.
yeah,
We were like, why is there a console player? And then, like, I laid it straight said, hold on, like I know a console player who is masters at the game who and can translate over to PC crossplay as I would say personally as a plat/diamond player.
Crazy?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Also, Crazy Dolphin is like a good mid laner, can play mid to like I'll say high plat division, but
Depending on the character he picks, yeah.
depending on the character he picks and how he's feeling, he can go all the way back to like diamond, low diamond to mid. But if it's like casuals and whatnot, he can go to high plat.
I mean there are some controller players that are playing PC queues that have hit MMR cap.
Yeah.
So I mean, like it's definitely doable. I know a lot of people try to justify like, oh well, they're console players, they're playing on a controller, they're not gonna be as good.
Nope.
But
It's
that's not
doable.
necessarily the case.
It's very much doable.
It's definitely doable. It's just way harder if you're playing carry.
Or for like,
Or mid.
in that
I think those
case,
two roles are the hardest, but I think you could play support pretty easily on controller, and not feel terrible about it.
A lot of
Jungle,
big AoE.
depending on the character, you know.
solo
That's what I'm
also,
saying.
yeah,
Even
it
mage
depends on the
depends on the
character.
character. I think carry would be the hardest role. Carry itself would be the hardest.
Yeah, I think it depends really much on how much on the characters you want to play. It's also that
Yeah.
for like a good example would be people who play on high ping. They cannot really go on characters that rely on abilities. They
Skill
tend to
shots
go
at least.
towards more of a auto base,
Right.
from
Big
what
circles
I
always work.
understand. Also, big circles like where you can very much guarantee that you're gonna do damage.
Right.
In this case, I'll be like, this person was playing Nike on the controller, and you can tell a lot because of how she was turning, how she was moving the character.
Right.
So like when she was using her for the first ability, which is she sends 3 shockwaves in a line.
Mhm.
You can easily just tell where she was going towards because the
Yeah, that's
sensitivity on her
unfortunate.
was very low, so it kind of makes it hard for her to do a 180 on the controller.
Yeah, I play with high horizontal sensitivity if I play on controller, just for that reason.
Yes, that's why I think when it comes to controller, you have to get used to playing on super high sensitivity. Also considering that it's one of those MOBAs where it has way too many things where you actually do need to turn around and do something. For example, UlurX, that's a great example.
Yeah.
Like when you're
Yeah.
getting chased off and you're like, oh shit, I'm getting chased on. Let me just swap over to Axe. Okay, I know it's on cooldown. Let me just keep going. Okay, Axe is off cooldown. Let me just 180 instantly, flick it, and if it hits, good. If it doesn't, keep going. You're gonna die anyways, right? But you're gonna keep going.
Yeah. Any other games either you want to talk about before I hop into mine?
I played. What was? I've tried playing League of Legends. Actually, been playing League of Legends as of recent. Been playing top lane. Been playing carry role. Um, Jesse or Nephrael has been helping me, like kind of like coaching in a sense. Like
Right.
just guiding me throughout, like you need to do this, do that, etc., etc. Kind of just make sure I'm not just doing nothing, or actually just guiding me through what to do essentially. So it's been very fun. Got to level 30 on the account. Been having fun playing bottom
Time
or
to do
church.
ranked.
Yeah, I can actually do rank now. Um, Still have no idea what to do. All I know is I can play Nasus and Saya.
Dude, Nasus is such a dumb character.
It is fun though. No,
He
you
is.
no no
Oh,
no.
he's
You
super
wanna know?
fun.
No no
It's
no
the
no.
infinite stacking that makes him dumb. I'm just like,
I'll actually tell you what's worse. Tom Kench,
oh yeah, no, you don't even have.
big
Yeah,
fish
100%.
man,
I love Tom Kench.
big fish
Yeah,
man.
Tom Kench is legit. You just eat your ally and just carry them away, and then spit them out. It's
It
so much fun.
it brings a whole new meaning to carrying your teammates.
Yep.
I also like play Mordekaiser. That's another character. In top, tried Garen. Like I kind of see the playstyle of Garen. Like I think it's one of those where you just need to have a pocket pick Garen, especially since I think
Yep.
I could be wrong. That's how
Him
it
and
feels.
Darius. Yeah, that's
If
how
you
him and
ever
him and
if you ever
Darius are
want to
the same way.
learn if you ever want to learn Ari, our good friend Lord Michiru is an Ari one trick. Very good. Very good at Ari.
But yeah, that's what
I
I've been
haven't
playing.
I haven't been playing much League this week, but I have been playing Wild Rift this week. I've been playing a lot of Wild Rift. I've been slamming some rank queues on that, and I've been like hard carrying on Jinx to a point of I. So they have this thing where if you get when you're queuing rank games today, I'm in gold 2, should be gold 1 if I play more tonight or tomorrow. Um, where all my teammates were high emerald, high plat,
Mhm.
and it puts an emblem next to your name and lets them know that you are a person that plays above the rank that you actually are, because you in Wild Rift, like, it shows your gold border,
Mhm.
or whatever rank you are, it shows your border whenever you queue ranked, and there's a symbol next to my name, and I was like, what the heck does that mean? At the post game lobby, I look at it, and it's like, this player plays well above the rank that they actually are. And I
Well,
think that's a interesting concept for
mm,
MOBAs. I haven't had any like crazy standout games. I've had several where I just hard farmed as Jinx
Mhm.
and dropped a bunch of kills, but nothing too super crazy. I did some like 2v1s today, and good time there. I played a bunch of Smite. I was trying to finish my Bot G Danzenborough Diamond Challenge, which was really me getting him from like 1,400 worshippers to 3K, because of the like it has to be under 400 to be a diamond challenge or like the star or whatever. So I was above that. I think I was at like 1476 or 1576, something like that. Finally finished Danza this week. Um, I did a lot of different Danza builds. I even played Danza in ranked and went tainted because they had healers on the enemy team. But I did have a Danza arena game where I did 62k player damage. With Colorado, who was on Fenrir,
Mhm.
and he would just like pick them up and bring them to me.
hell yeah.
Like there was an enemy Neath, and she just didn't get to play the game. And then Corrupted Arena's back, so I tried out Gilgamesh and failed at that. And then I played Nox, which is way more fun in Corrupted Arena because everybody buys Bubble, and you just, silence that and they lose it.
True.
Uh, Other than that, I've been playing a lot of ranked. It's been going pretty decently. I've been playing in the mornings and it goes better. And then I played with Fro one morning, and a bunch of other people from the Bot G community, and I popped off as Danza. At the end of the game, they're like, there was an Izanami? And I was like, yeah, there was. You guys talk for a second.
Yeah. I think I've been playing what other game? Smite. I've been trying to practice more. So currently, as of now, there's the meta in solo lane, which is um, Mulan and Odin. I personally don't like playing Odin, but when it comes to Mulan, I kind of enjoy the character more. It's more aggressive. You kind of have more control over what you're doing, over than like Odin is more so of sure you have your 2-1 combo or your third ability, which is the shockwave, which you can buff. You want to poke, you can use the second pulse. You want to stun, you want to use your third one. You also have your ult. The ult kind of just works in itself for what it can do, but I personally just do not enjoy playing Odin, even though he's the best character. Like he's one of those characters where I cannot actually enjoy, or like actually am like, can I just not play the Odin?
But
Um,
Odin's so much fun. Sorry, y'all.
yeah,
Logan woke up.
yeah, you're
My bad.
fine. You're
You're
fine.
good, dude.
But yeah, like Odin's fun in the sense where like I personally I try playing him. It's just that for what it's worth, I cannot play him. Like I genuinely cannot play. I do not enjoy playing him. Like I just my brain turns off. Whereas with Mulan, I can actually have fun playing the character, as it is. King
Yeah, I don't
Arthur,
enjoy Odin.
what I'm
I don't
more
enjoy Odin.
here's what I'm most surprised of.
Hmm.
This meta favors kind of in the fact of King Arthur, like the build as it is, which is
Yeah.
interesting considering that King Arthur isn't being seen enough play. Like you have Warrior's Axe, you have Blackthorn, which by the way, for those that do not know, Blackthorn gives you mana sustaining cooldown and power, and HP, and I think some mana. I could be wrong if it gives you mana.
It does.
But
It gives.
Yeah,
It
it
gives
does,
a
it
lot
does,
of
it does.
mana.
basically the gimmick of this item is that you do not run out of mana past 25% of your mana pool. And so while you're above 25% of your mana pool, you have 10% cooldown. What I'm more so interested is how King Arthur, who is a character who is very mana hungry and also favors from the rest of the build, which is Bulwark of Hope, which you can also translate into a Talisman or a Pestilence. You can also go for a Hard Ward if you even feel like it. If you want to go more support, you can go Hard Ward. You also then afterwards you go into Mystical Mail, Pridwen, which is a very good item for King Arthur. You also gives you 20% more cooldown and stuff. And then the last item, yeah, it's Gladiator Shield, I remember. Or if the enemy team has ton of crit, then you just go Spectral. But most of the cases, you go Glad Shield, which is why I'm mind boggled because King Arthur also, since he spams so many abilities, Glad Shield procs way too many times.
Yeah.
So that's why for me, it's like it's very interesting to see that King Arthur isn't getting played a lot as it should.
I think we might see him when we get to placements in a couple weeks. I think there's gonna be a lot of interesting changes with all the patches coming up, where we should see some shifts happening. Like I think the hunters are gonna shift. I think Jingwei might be back, and then there was some good nerfs and interesting buffs as well. I guess we'll talk about those as they get closer.
You could
But
say that the character like King Arthur right now isn't meta because Ario is meta. So
yeah, I mean
until
that's
yeah,
why. Like Ardio, Circuit are both like plug and play picks right now, to where you don't want to play King Arthur. Now, if you can get Ardio banned, then
which
fair
is
game.
that 80% of the times, to be honest.
Yeah, but like if you're in a casual, like queuing King Arthur is a risk because if they have Ardio, you're gonna
Yep.
get dumpstered.
100%.
But I think that's the main proponent against him, and I don't think there's anything else. I think that's literally it.
Yeah.
It's just Ardio.
Mm-hmm.
If Ardio's in meta, he doesn't want to be played. I know I played him in comp against Ardio. We drafted him into it before. Fun
Yeah.
times.
It's a rough
Don't
lane,
recommend it.
but
Very
you're fun
funny.
late game.
And that was before like Ardio being as strong as she is now.
Yeah.
But yeah, I slammed a bunch of ranked games this week. I played Donza a lot, and then I played more ranked and had a good time and bad time. I had a really good Ymir game where I was just like making calls and we're actually being able to do some pretty good plays. The pinnacle of Smite this week was Wednesday night and Thursday night, which was Thursday night, me and Suave were queuing, and we run into our buddy John MT on our team, which is never happening. He's usually against us. And then we didn't know it at the time. We found out afterwards his brother Mark was also queuing with us. We picked them up after that game, but we ran a comp that game, which was disgusting. I was set, and then Swab played the Morgan. We convinced John MT. We said, you know what you must pick. And for those that don't know John MT, he is an Afro main. That dude
That's
just
an
slams
understatement.
Afro and is very good at Afro. His brother played Horus, and then we had a random on Heimdall. And we just ran that game. Like, the enemy team did not have a fun time.
As they shouldn't.
And then we queued more with them after that. They had the next game, so I don't know if you remember this. We got a 13-minute fire this week.
I vaguely remember that.
Like, the first game we queued with them after that cringe comp game was it was like 13 minutes, and we got like we picked 3 over on Fireside, and I was like, go Fire. And I think you're like, I don't know about Big Fire. I don't know if it was you or John. You're like, I don't know about Big Fire. I was like, nah, we can do it. And we did it. And you were on Erlang. That's right. You died because like lava pool ticked really weird.
Yeah, I remember that now.
Yeah.
That
was a weird time. And then the third game I played Nike support, and I didn't tell anybody at the time because I didn't, like, I wasn't piecing it together at the beginning of that game. Started feeling really sick about halfway through that game. And the last like 5 or so minutes, I was like, please let this game end. I don't know how much longer I can make it.
Just let me out.
Just let me out, dude. I don't feel well. And then because Luke was sick that day, and so was Logan. And then I got sick that night, and it was just bad. It was a whole bad time. That was actually Tuesday night, not Wednesday. It was Tuesday, Thursday. But yeah, I was like sick all day Wednesday, and so were the boys and my wife. It was a great time to be sick right before Thanksgiving. And then the Thanksgiving queues is when I got the steals on set. That was a fun time. I think I was like, yo, I'm just going to... I was like, if they pull this and I'm here, I get it. And then I tried the same thing at Fire, and Kuzubo pushed me. And then I got another Gold Fury steal, and Liani goes, can you do that on Fire? That'd be great. And I was like, I can, in fact. And I stopped for speed because I thought they weren't going to go onto it. And that 2-second stop cost me Fire Giant steal because I blinked, dashed, and skewered, and the skewer was literally getting ready to hit Fire Giant as they dropped it. And I was like, I hate everything.
That is the most unfortunate thing too, because especially since you know.
Yep.
You're like, that's just gonna stay in your head now. It's like, I know.
If
I didn't do it,
yeah.
I would have kind of.
I was so mad. I would have
gone to Fire Giant if I didn't do those people. But guess what? I did it.
It's okay. I told someone Happy Thanksgiving the game before because they got away from a kill that we dropped, so it's fine.
Nah, that's not being thankful. That's just being. That's just being a. What's the word? I forgot. The English.
Ratioed. All right.
Yeah,
cool.
Ratioed. Yeah.
I did play Pele that night too, and my favorite part was Liani getting invaded on cooldown, and
Jungle Patrolled. Thank you very much.
Yeah, Jungle Patrolled, where he had to pay his taxes for me to be able to come over and help him out.
Well, I'm not even living in the US and I already have to pay my taxes. What the fuck?
Yeah, dude. And then at the end of it ended up being the end of the game, but you're like, Blaze, don't die, and I was like, I need you to be quiet right now. I'm trying to concentrate, and you're like, don't die, and I Pele ulted, and I don't remember who their jungler was, but I killed them, and then I killed the on her, and I was like, okay, I think we win the game now. And then we walked down and won. I did try out AMC in ranked. I don't know if you guys have been seeing a lot of him. He feels really good. The changes to him are really, really, really good.
Mm-hmm.
And then I got a perfect support game this week. I played... Who did I play? I don't remember. Wow, that's unfortunate.
Feels bad, man.
It does feel bad. Who did I play that game? I remember the Yanis tried to portal through the wall, and I stopped it. And then the On-Her threw up his pillar and said, man, On-Her is baller, is what he told me as he was 0-6. And I kept trying to save his life. And I was getting so frustrated with this guy. I was like, please just quit walking up. It's Athena. That's what it was. I went 2-0-14 as Athena. Had the perfect game. Then I played another game of ranked, and I went Artemis and won. I was 3 for 3 yesterday, so that felt really, really good. And then other than that, we casted last night. It was a really good time.
It was hard to watch
I don't
those
know.
games.
Yeah, it was a time.
Hard or
Hashtag
fun?
blame. Hashtag blame Liani. Both. It was both.
Okay.
It was both.
I was say, other than that, this week I've been playing some like random stuff. I've been playing a lot of Halo. Only thing notable to talk about is me going 35-13 in big team battle, and then I got 20-ish levels on the Wild Rift Battle Pass today, which is a not okay amount of levels.
Mm-hmm.
A
Yeah,
little
I've been
bit.
trying to play Halo a few more. It's fun for what it is. I enjoy it. I think it's one of those games for me where I can just like play a few games and then get out. Like get in, get out,
Yeah.
play like one or two games, be like, all right, I'm done for the day. That's it. I'm out.
Yeah, I think once we get like more game modes, it's gonna help because right now it's very limited since it's beta.
Yeah,
But eventually we'll get more and they'll be good.
true.
But I had some questions for you all. Actually, names of the week. You guys have any names you want to list out for the week? Any names you enjoyed seeing this week?
Um, the
Don't worry,
only one I can think
I
of
have
off the
some of
top
them.
of my head is Tiny Weenus 96.
Yeah,
The
Okay.
yeah,
boy,
we
he
saw
was in
that
the he
person.
was in the yeah. We were playing we were trying to go through all five of the roles or all five of the classes. And that was in our Guardian game, and he was the only person on the enemy team who built no defense, and he himself was a Guardian. He played Emir Jungle, uh, and he built no defense, and he ran it down. And in the post game lobby, he was like, "I love you guys." Mad respect
Oh,
to him. Overall, wholesome dude.
hmm,
I have
nice.
one of them, one of two. I have two.
Okay.
Actually, I have two names. I have Sweaty Meat Sacks
Oh, that's a classic.
Yep.
and I Eat Weed.
Hmm. It's another good one.
There was
Okay. I plead the fifth. Bish, please. General Toe. Neath titties.
nice.
That's why I play Neef.
And
True.
then Captain Tiny Pickle. The breadstick.
Mhm.
What was the one? I had another one that was funny. Oh god, why did I make this such a small screenshot?
I remember.
Oh yeah, Mitt Romney style. That's right. I
Oh,
was trying.
nice.
We had some good ones.
I remember there was one in one of my ranked games, and it wasn't like outright it wasn't like the gamer word, but it very much resembled it.
Oh,
And I
yeah.
typed it, or I didn't type it in chat, but I was like, that dude's name, yikes. And one of the guys on our team was in streamer mode, and he's like, what is it? And I was like, I don't feel comfortable typing
Oh
this.
yeah. That was me. Yeah, that asked because I didn't know.
No,
Oh, I remember
Oh no.
now.
Okay. No, I was
that was
thinking
on a
about
ranked game.
post lobby chat. Yeah, I got you. I was thinking about post lobby
Oh
chat.
yeah,
a
no,
minute
that
ago.
was that was fun.
I
That was a fun
remember
post
one of
lobby.
those when I remember another name. Oh, wrong hole.
Oh my. Oh,
Oh man, that happens all the time. What can I say?
oh my god. All right. So I have some like gaming questions this week. I don't know if I want to call them topics. It's funny
Gaming.
because one of the topics that I wanted to bring up is Smite related, and I've been thinking about it. And then Mifflin made a post today, and we've been seeing a lot of like tweaks to old gods. Like we've seen the Agni change and the Zeus change, and we're seeing these like small tweaks to their abilities that aren't changing the way the abilities necessarily how they're casted. It's not like a rework. It's just adding something small to their kit. Um,
Mhm.
Now, what Mifflin brought up today, let me go pull that up, is there were Thor buff ideas. And reduce the cooldown hammer by 20% if you double tap a god, which I think is kind of cool.
That's terrifying.
I'll say
Um,
10%, but go on.
but like if the hammer hits both ways back, so if you hit it forward and back, you get a cooldown reduction.
but-
I think that's a cool idea.
I think it'll be
That's
cool
terrifying.
if it's on the same god.
No, that's what I'm saying. It has to be the same
Yeah,
god.
it has.
I
If
agree.
it's the same god, yes. If it's just like as long as you hit one
Hit
god
two
and then two
targets.
targets,
Yeah.
then it's like nah. That's way too
No.
easy to do because you don't know.
Put damage back on the wall. Make it cancelable.
Maybe
I
very
think at
little
this point,
damage.
Cancelable,
Very little damage. Like
tentacle.
like it's like have it to be the same thing as Athena-ton, where there's damage,
yeah, it's just
but
marginal.
yeah, it's just like there.
Yeah,
Make it mainly
it just
base
exists.
damage. It'll bring his solo potential back a little bit.
Yeah. Extend the ult range 50 to 75 units. I'm not too worried about. I do like this one. Increase the time it takes to get into the air of the ult slightly.
Decreases or increases?
No, decrease the time. Like how long it takes him to get into the air.
Nah, I'll say that no. I can see it why, but at the same time
It'll help, but not in the right ways.
You need the window for people to count to like kill them fast, because if you're like, oh, if he doesn't die during it, it's like Dance Assault. I think.
No, I think I'm not
And
saying. I
Apollo.
don't think he means the time the wind up to get there. I think he means the time from leaving the ground to get up in the air.
Oh yeah,
Maybe
so
I'm
you can
incorrect,
so you
though.
can like insta-cat, or so you can like
Yeah.
insta-click faster. Okay, yeah,
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm okay with that.
And then Berserker Barrage applies a slow final hit. Now,
That feels.
these are all ideas.
Yeah.
He's not
That's
saying
scary.
all of these things.
Yeah.
But like I said, I do like this idea of tweaking old god kits. For instance, like Dep Nation over at Bot G has mentioned before, and I agree. Like Hades 2, his fear feels bad because all it does is fear.
Yeah.
It doesn't do any damage.
If you have a hit on,
right.
Yeah, but
If you have a hit
still.
on them, but like, what is that? Like Morgan Le Fay has a fear and it does damage.
I mean,
And it does a
but
lot of damage.
to be fair, you don't necessarily want much damage on Hades 2 because you don't want it to damage the wave.
You know
Make
what
it
you
maybe
could do?
maybe have it only do damage
Just make
to
it where it only
gods.
damages gods.
Yeah.
Hear me
Yeah, I mean,
out.
but my point is being something like what is a god that you would like to see something like that done to a kid? And
Arachne
if
too.
so, what would it be?
Arachne 2, just new ability.
Just a new ability.
Yeah, something that's not what it is.
Oh god, it was like, this might be super. I need to check the gauntlets. What I was going to say is that on Hades, instead
Yeah.
of being like on the 2, just make it a dot damage. Have it be tick.
Yeah.
Like because it's blight, it's like breath.
I mean, I don't even care if they get rid of the fear and just make it a different CC.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I mean, I'm fine with being a fear or a silence, but just add ticking damage, like damage over time.
Yeah, it doesn't have to be anything crazy. Like, just make it do something.
Hear me out, Bamana.
Oh yeah,
Bamana.
Vamana.
Here's what I'm gonna
almost
say.
took
Here's
him-
what I'm gonna say on
Yeah.
Bamana, and I was talking about this to you guys, but I'm gonna say it right
Yeah,
now.
he's actually getting one of these
Um,
changes.
Now, one of the changes I would like to see on Bamana is that instead, you gain damage mitigations based on the physical protections.
That's
Whenever
scary.
you ult. Whenever you ult. So
Of his ult,
yeah,
only his ult.
only on
Yeah.
his ult. So when you ult, it can only cap at 30 or I don't know if it's 30 or I can say 50% damage mitigation. All the way
Right.
back to I think 50 is a lot, but I would say at the very least 30. But you need to be stacked. It's based on 10% of your physical protections. So if you really obviously it's gonna be insanely difficult to you to get 500 physical protections. So that's what I'm saying. Like if you get 325 physical protections, you're getting 32% damage mitigation, which means you're
Yeah.
almost only gonna be building physical protections.
Or
So
what
that's
what
when
they
it's-
could do also is they could make it function kind of like how Afro passive or Thor passive or Sledge works, where you get more mitigations for the more people around you, so
I mean,
that you
that's
don't
basically
necessarily get
why-
50% against one person.
That's why the Vamana ult does though, is that I think it's a passive. Hold on. The passive is a percentage of Vamana's physical protection is compared to physical power. So since Vamana playstyle is based on just converting physical protections into something else, I think it'd be fun. It would be interesting to see like a lot of the physical protections just being used anywhere else past damage, because sure you might get a damage but what are you gonna do with the damage if your ult is really just let me just put Ankh or just anti-heal you, and your ult basically means nothing, and you're just
Yeah,
dying.
that's why they have.
There's just too much counterplay against Vamana where it just feels bad to even pick him because if they buy a single cursed Ankh and upgrade it, your ult's useless now,
and you're dead.
and you're dead. Yeah.
Get ratio.
He's definitely one that needs to be looked at for sure.
Yeah.
And he is getting a slight change. I just don't think I don't think that change is going to be enough.
Jungle. It's
kinda
going to
like-
help his jungle, but not really solo. And where
Well,
you
it's
need
kind of
him
like
is
we're
solo.
seeing all these changes, all these little changes to Bologna, right?
Yeah.
And like eventually she's going to be broken. Like I think we're just like it's just like slowly but surely trying
Power
to convince
creep.
people to play her.
She's a sleeper jungle pick right now, in my opinion.
I can see that.
I'll.
Yeah. Is there any other ones you guys can think of God wise you would like to see like a change to?
I have to pull up the god list.
Yeah, I'm pulling. That's what I'm doing. I'm pulling up the god list. So I went.
Excuse
that's
all the
with
clickety
warriors.
clacking.
That's with warriors. Let me just check.
Sorry
real
for the
quick.
editing in advance, Blaze.
We are.
Oh no, it's all good. I mean, like, it's not a big deal. This is like super easy stuff. I'm still on the fact of, and this everybody's gonna hate this. I think Anubis wrap. If you wrap somebody, you should be able to teleport to them, but it gets rid of the wrap. Like they can walk away at that point. I just want that, and I don't know why. I just do.
That's kind of cool.
That's kind of cool. I think what you can do is also have like an animation where Anubis also becomes like a decoy. Or what you can do, hear me out. This might sound very anti-play, but also very fun. You don't teleport just to him. You swap places.
I'd be okay with that too.
Like basically, you can like wrap someone, and then you have the option to like, okay, do I wanna be in the middle of the enemy team? But I
Yeah.
also make the other guy be on the enemy team.
Yeah, I just think I always think that about Anubis, and I don't know why. I just think it would be cool to be able to wrap somebody, and like it's like you're pulling yourself towards them. The wrap drops, so they lose the CC. Like they're only CC'd as long as either the timer runs out or till you teleport to them. But I think it makes his one have a little bit more play in it and stuff like that. I just think it'd be interesting for his kit.
I would say for maybe
Probably Kabrakan.
The thing is with Kabrakan, you kind of just see him and be like, I don't want to see like, I don't know.
I love
I
Kabrakan.
just do not like Kabrakan in solo. That's just how I see it.
It doesn't necessarily have to be something big. What you could do is simply make it so that like toggling.
Yeah, look at Agni or
like,
Zeus.
If you press
Zeus
your
got
one,
such a small change, and he's a better pick. Like he's a
just,
meta pick now.
just because of the way that roots work, if you use an ability that makes you root immune, if you're already rooted, you stay rooted. So literally all they would have to do to Kabrakan is make it so that his one cleanses roots.
Oh yeah,
as
it's like
well as making him root
he had that
immune.
issue with ramp to roots, where ramp to roots affected him or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But regular roots didn't at some point. I don't know if that's still a thing.
That
or
was like a game wide thing, and they fixed it with everyone,
Yeah.
with every interaction they had.
We can probably talk about Jorm. That character's also another sleeper pick.
Yeah.
not. Yeah,
Uh,
but what change would he need to bring him to meta?
the thing is with I think the passive, I don't know, like
Yeah, the passive needs work.
the passive needs.
I was thinking about
work.
Fenrir. I think Fenrir should follow dashes, not leaps,
He
but like
does.
He
dashes that
does.
are on the
He
ground.
does.
He does.
Does he follow
Yeah,
all of them?
yeah.
Yeah.
I swear
He can
he
follow
doesn't. 'Cause
Hachiel.
What? He
I was
follows
playing him the
everything that's continuous. He doesn't follow teleports, and he shouldn't be able to follow teleports.
No,
'cause
he
it's not-
shouldn't. No, but I swear I brutalized someone a couple weeks ago when I was playing Fenrir support, and they had a dash that it did not follow.
Was it
I
like
wonder who it was.
shock TP?
No, I don't remember. I don't
Scylla?
remember.
Because there are a few
No, it's- yeah.
jumps that look like dashes.
Yeah,
Shin-chan?
and maybe that's what it was. I knew he followed dashes, but like it was something weird like that. Maybe it was an Izanami.
It could have been Ching Chen too, like one of the low leaps or one of
Yeah,
the
like
underground ones.
where it just like feels weird.
But then
You know
you
what I
think
mean?
about the logistics of it, and he would literally
Well, yeah.
be
No,
chasing
and I
them
agree.
underground.
But I'm just it's one of those things that just feels strange.
Yeah.
I don't know. I was just thinking about what changes could is something that you would personally like to see on a god. Mine's the Anubis one, like for sure. That's something I would like to see.
Mine's the Mana one where he gains mitigations on his ult based on physical
Oh,
protections.
gamer idea. Gamer idea. Freya 3, you can loop yourself,
I'd be okay with that.
Yeah.
and then you can control. You can let them down early too.
Yeah,
Yeah, I think
that'd be kind
that'd
of cool.
You
be
can
yeah,
toggle both of those, because then you could like loop yourself out of something. So you would have like effectively an escape, but you also set up for the enemy team on you, so it's balanced.
true.
It's like a Giannis portal for yourself.
It's like Hu Yi, to be honest.
Yeah,
You can see it like that, like it's a Hu Yi dash or jump.
except you don't get to like position yourself
Yeah.
afterwards. You just kind of fall in place. So there are a lot of trade-offs with it. Plus, then you don't have your whoop for the enemies. I think it's fair.
Yeah.
Here's another question because I applied for Olympian and I was like reading people's feedback of things they would like to see in the game or whatever. What are your thoughts on having casting preferences on relics, like how we do on abilities?
Yes, please.
I think
Don't we have
I never
those?
thought about it.
No.
No, we don't.
No?
No, it's only on abilities.
They're all set to whatever your normal is
Yeah,
or
yeah,
whatever.
okay. Yeah, I think that okay, then that's really I think it's a good idea because if you had sprint, you can just be like instant cast. I want that to be instantly, or like quick
I
cast.
want
I just
everything.
think
I want everything instant except Sunder.
yeah,
I want Sunder and normal.
I just find that interesting. That A, it's not already in the game, but B, I never really thought about it. Definitely think it's something that should be looked at and put in the game though, for sure. All right, other random-ish question before the random question. Suave, I don't know if you're following this or not, but how long do you think until Bobby Kotick gets kicked out of being the CEO of Activision? Do we got anybody want to take a bet on times here?
Oh, I'll
Uh,
tell you.
because I'm really like itching to do a deep dive episode into Activision, and I haven't done it yet. But man, I'm just wondering what how much time do you think he has left as at Activision?
I think I saw a post like a few days ago, if not a week, where
Mm-hmm.
they said they unless like which is the unfortunate realistic argument I'll say
Mm-hmm.
if it stabilizes then he won't be out but like if it the problem is the situation goes worse then he will be removed because obviously there's a petition where people are signing about the workers like 1,000 workers signing in a
Yeah.
petition for him to be resigned but realistically is who's gonna win more the guy who is technically giving the investors the money technically let's say
Oh,
obviously it's not
oh,
right
he for sure is winning this argument, and he's come out and said like he will consider leaving if he can't fix the
yeah that's
situation.
really what it is it's like okay well if he can't fix then he's gonna leave but who's gonna say oh yeah he
Determine
did
whether or not he
yeah
fixes it.
Yeah, I mean, and fix is a loose term here, you know.
It's
And I'm
like
very
Putin. It's
curious to
like
see
the
how it
Putin
goes.
presidency, where it's like, oh, I
Yeah,
can
yeah,
do
yeah, yeah.
this as long as I want, and
it's
you
also
cannot
more
control me.
so the fact of a good example would be how developers wanna obtain their player base too because at the end of the day they are also the ones who are living their jobs. So if they do, a good example would be I don't know, um, Heroes of the Storm, right? That's a good example.
Hmm.
That game legit died immediately as soon as they removed the how can I say it? They removed the esports scene.
Esports scene, yeah. I think he's there until he decides he wants
Yeah,
to leave.
that's literally
And
what
I
I'm
and
saying.
I and I don't. What's crazy is I think the only thing that could possibly have another way of him being removed is the platforms putting pressure on Activision, which is happening. Like
Yeah.
Sony, Microsoft, and Nintendo have come out and said, "Yo, this isn't okay." And I think if they decide to pull Activision
Out from their
from
consoles.
their consoles, that's gonna it's gonna be
Yeah,
bad.
because we're talking about not we're not just talking about games like World of Warcraft or Overwatch. We're talking about Call of Duty.
COD, yeah,
If that game legit gets out from console, which is their biggest player base, which is Xbox and PlayStation, especially Xbox,
Everyone's gonna riot.
that
Oh, it's gonna be
people gonna
bad.
be like, why?
Oh, Call of Duty will stay, but I mean, like they just won't release any future products on their
Yeah,
systems.
that's the thing. They'll be like, we're not gonna take
And
any more games because even though at the moment their latest game, which is Vanguard, which by the way has been doing very poorly.
yeah, bad.
So if they release a new Call of Duty, and these companies actually hold, like, they keep their end, their bargain, which is they're gonna do some action towards Activision for what Bobby Kotick is doing, then obviously the game's not gonna go anywhere but on PC.
Yeah, and they won't make enough
Nope.
turnaround off that, and there won't be enough player base. I think that's what's gonna take to get them out of there. Like I said, I've been itching to talk Activision like really bad, and I really just need to like piece together a bunch of information and like go through it to kind of talk about at some point for a deep dive episode. I just haven't reached that point.
Yeah.
All right, random question of the week. This week was Thanksgiving. If you're listening to this, happy Thanksgiving. If you don't celebrate Thanksgiving, hope you had a good Thursday. What was the best part of Thanksgiving? Food or otherwise?
The food.
Stuffing.
Stuffing?
I had
Nice.
so my parents bought a turkey piece, I think it's like a leg or like breast.
Yeah.
They brought it from the US all the way over here to Mexico. And it was already like seasoned. You just need to be cooked. And it
Nice.
was like it wasn't even spicy, it was more, I think in my opinion, it had some zest of like, how can I say this? The seasoning was very spicy, but well, overwhelming, I'll say.
Yeah.
It wasn't spicy, but it was overwhelming, the seasoning.
It was just a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah. Not. It was a lot for.
Distasteful
Okay.
amount.
That's my problem with people that like spicy food. All right. There's a lot of people that like spicy food just for it to be spicy and not taste good, and that's not okay.
No, it's
All right,
not.
listen.
It's
I
the
am
effective.
someone who.
It's
Go
it's
ahead.
like the equivalent of British food, where it's just this and maybe a little bit of salt and pepper. Like, nah, they're two bad ends of the spectrum. Don't get me wrong, I love me some fish and chips. I love me some bangers and mash. But like, I don't get how you, as a nation that colonizes and literally owned India for the longest time and owned a big stake in Africa and in Southeast Asia, I don't get how you can have food that's flavorless. That's my rant on British food.
Yep.
Sorry,
I
Jesse.
haven't really
It had to be
tasted.
said.
I'll be honest. I don't. We don't really have a lot of like British food over here. We do have like
Be thankful.
uh.
Go to Belize.
I don't care, dude.
Go to
Um.
Belize.
I eat a lot of Chinese and Japanese food over here, so there's a lot of variety over here, and whatnot. But I mean, the thing is, and this is a jab to all you Americans. Y'all don't stand spicy.
I love spicy food.
Like
Some
here,
of us
My problem
can. Some of us
is
can.
people that just make stuff to be like apparently spicy with not like good flavor. If that
It's
makes
because
like
sense.
when you cook whatever.
there is a salt, like a sauce over here for boneless or wings, which is
Mhm.
chipotle sauce, which is there's a local restaurant over here, like right where, like 10 minutes from where I live, where they serve like big boneless pieces, and they cover it with chipotle sauce, which is super spicy.
I'll pay you
Because in
back.
America,
Mail me some of that
because
sauce.
in at least in America, what I tend to be told is that in America they have very like different terms of spices. They have it a bit little less spicy than Mexico spicy.
Yeah. Oh, for sure. I mean, there's a bunch of people that can't stand the spice. Like I'm not knocking that
Yeah.
at all. I'm just saying like my problem is people that will just be like, I'm gonna go eat ghost pepper sauce and then not like actually
Like in it.
think about seasoning the food,
Yeah.
or like you know what I mean,
They
like
do it in
having
place of
having
it.
some flavor.
Or like when you make any food that's bland and then just cover it with sriracha.
Yeah.
I hate
Ugh.
that.
No.
I hate that.
I mean, it just has to be a combination of both, though. Like, if the sauce is good, then it also has to be
Yeah,
the thing that you're putting the sauce on.
I'm a sucker
Right.
for like blackened salmon or blackened chicken, but like there's flavor to it too.
Yeah.
I agree. I don't know. I agree. Food
Food
was good.
food's good
Mm.
always, to be
Food is
honest.
good. True.
I cooked a lot of food, and it was all delicious.
I
Nice.
bet. I forgot to get.
So
I
Thanksgiving
forgot to get
dinner at
pecan
Blaise's
pie.
house next year? Question mark.
I'm down. I'm done.
I mean,
Yeah.
I can make that much food. I can do it.
You
I'm
have
thinking
it.
about
What's
smoking. I'm thinking
happening?
about smoking a turkey next year.
Whoa.
I haven't
Yo.
done that, but I kind of want to.
That sounds cool. I'm in.
I'll bring
I
Gagdal.
just.
I'll bring my stomach.
I'll bring Gagdal. He can be the turkey.
Oh no.
Wow, dude.
Toxic.
Just threw him out there like that's crazy.
We'll bring Jessie. We'll get her some nice seasoned American food.
Oh my
Oh,
goodness!
okay.
Wow.
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 Dude.
All right, I'm just gonna leave that at that. All right. Any shout outs before we get on out of here?
Yeah, shoutouts to Christina Applegate.
I'd
Okay.
like to thank God. I feel His presence in this Chili's.
All right, I'm gonna shout out the Geb yesterday that was in our game that shielded no one in our conquest game except himself. Because that's what Thanksgiving's about.
True.
Yep. All right, let's get on out here, guys.
All right.
Bye.
Bye.
Peace. Tell me when to stop.